January at the beginning of every year is a great time to look at what you want to do as far as gardening and canning. And the first 4 things that you're going to want to do are to take an inventory of what you have as far as canning, what you still have in your pantry, as far as seeds, what you still have, what you might need to buy or order online for your seeds for your garden. And then also you need to think about what your family likes to eat. The third thing is you need to think about is what you would like to plant in your garden. And last of all, what kinds of things that you plant in your garden or fruit trees are you going to be canning? The thing that our family loves the most to grow in the garden and can are tomatoes. We like to do a lot of canning, just the whole tomatoes, and also the sauce for spaghetti and Italian dishes. So for us, tomatoes are a very important part of our garden and canning. So it's the beginning of January and we have 7 cans of canned tomatoes left, which can be made into salsa or spaghetti sauce even at a later time. And then we have 1 jar of spaghetti sauce still in our pantry. So we know that's what we have left in January, and we won't have any more tomatoes probably until June because we plant in March here where it's hot. So we know we need to make this last until June. So the first thing I do when I'm planning out the garden or canning is we write down the things that we like to grow. We like to grow tomatoes, squash, and peppers. And we usually can about 24 quarts of tomatoes, 5 quarts of squash, and 6 quarts of peppers. And so that kind of gives you an idea of what you might need to plant. So tomatoes are something that our family really loves. And so we have 8 adults that come often to eat at our house. Even though our kids are grown, we still have 8 adults that come often. And so we want to plant 16 plants in our garden this year so that we'll make sure and have plenty of tomatoes for each person when we make the sauce and when we can the tomatoes next summer. Doing inventory also of your seeds to plant can be the same way as your canning. You check and see what you have. I have 3 packets of cantaloupe already from last year, and so I'm going to go ahead and use those again this coming year. I'm not going to need to buy cantaloupe seeds because I have plenty for our garden this coming year. So taking an inventory in January is a great thing to do before you get ready to start your spring garden. I hope this video helps you to remember that if you take inventory and you plant what your family will eat and also can what your family would eat, you plan that out, it'll make it much easier with the coming gardening and canning season this summer. And also go online. That can also help you to figure out what your family might need for the coming season. And I hope that you will subscribe to these videos so that you can learn many more things about being on a hobby farm and about being self-sustaining on your little farm.